I yield to Senator Rosen.
And I thank Senator Slotkin because I'm off to foreign relations after this. So thank you for yielding your time. And thank you, Chairman Wicker. Thank you to the witnesses for being here, for your families, for your willingness to serve. And Dr. Mink, it's good to see you. Thanks for meeting with me last month. And I want to say thank you to Senator Banks, although he's no longer here, for bringing up the importance of the National Guard, because I could not agree more. And Dr. Mink, as we discussed in Nevada's National Guard's 152nd Airlift Wing in Reno flies the dangerous Modular Airborne Firefighting System, easier to say MAFS. The MAFS mission, it flies it with its legacy C-130Hs. They fly low and slow at max gross weight over wildfires in mountainous terrain. So upgrading to the C-130Js would provide increased power and cargo capacity for flight retardant, which equals increased flight safety and firefighting capability in Nevada and actually throughout the western states, which is their mission. Every year we're plagued by devastating wildfires, and just earlier this year, the 152nd Airlift Wing was activated to fight those fires around Los Angeles. Upgrading to the J's is also critical because during the summer months, C-130Hs fully loaded with fire retardant can't even take off from Reno with a full tank of fuel due to the heat and elevation. This wouldn't be a problem for the C-130Js, though, so it's why no other base candidate has greater operational need. So, Dr. Mink, the FY24 Defense Appropriations procured 8 C-130Js, which await a basing decision by the Secretary of the Air Force. If confirmed, will you ensure that the 152nd Airlift Wing receives those C-130Js? We actually were next on the list so that they can more capably and safely carry out their dangerous firefighting mission throughout the western United States.
So, Senator, thank you for the question and thank you for the time. My Sherpa is actually a C-130J pilot, so I've gotten a lot of indoctrination on the importance of a C-130J. So I promise to work with you, Senator, as soon as I get confirmed and get an opportunity to take a look at the basing laydown. I will work with the committee and with you to make sure that is fully considered in those decisions.
Yeah, location mission served is always really important. I know we also discussed this, and I see some young kids here in the audience. And so airmen stationed at Creech Air Force Base, northwest of Las Vegas, they fly the MQ-9 Reapers, the unmanned aerial system. They struggle to find adequate childcare options because their shift schedules are outside of normal business hours. They actually go 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year to support those global operations. The DoD's attempts to help provide in-home child care solutions for service members in regions with exceptionally high demand, they've just not been successful so far. And a lot of it has to do with the red tape and cumbersome requirements, which essentially renders in-home child care reimbursement unavailable for many Nevada families. We would be able to maybe do this within the community if we could cut some of the red tape. We can serve each other. So, Dr. Mink, this is so important for the needs of our families and for our mission as well, as they may be based in Nevada, but they're not flying in Nevada maybe. Can you commit to working with me to make this program work better for our families? It is a quality of life and a quality for our mission, particularly those at Creech. They really work outside those normal business hours.
Yes, Senator, I commit to work with you. As I mentioned earlier, my wife is a retired Air Force officer. I spent time both active in reserves and civilian, and I understand the challenges, particularly in some of the remote locations. We go to these remote locations for a reason, but it does create challenges.
Yeah.
And red tape, yes, I commit to work with you on streamlining that.
Thank you. I so appreciate that. My last question really quickly is about Nevada Test and Training Range, the crown jewel of the Air Force, Nellis Air Force Base in the Knitter.
What did you say? What?
The Nevada Test and Training Range, the Knitter. I'm sorry, that's what the Air Force calls it. The crown jewel, we are proud to say that, provides the largest air and ground military training space in the lower 48. You can never beat Alaska on that amount of space, sorry. But for the evaluations of weapon systems, tactics development, advanced air combat training without interference from commercial aircraft. So Knitter modernization has been among the Air Force top priorities to ensure that our high-end training keeps pace with current and emerging threats and capabilities. We were able to finally pass NDA modernization FY24. That's the collaboration between the Nevada delegation, the Air Force, Department of Interior, other local stakeholders. Almost 90% of Nevada's land is owned or managed by the federal government in some form or fashion. So there's a lot of pieces and parts. And so we'll take this off the record, but I'm going to ask what your priorities for future investments at the NITR are, and how do we envision the range evolving, but in deference to everybody else who's waiting, and Senator Slotkin, who allowed me to get over to Foreign Services, we'll take that for the record. Thank you all for your time. and
Thank you very
service.
much, Senator.